live ya. Oke. Selamat datang, selamat sore. Hari ini mau main ini aja yang masih yang santai. Before Your Eyes. For Your Eyes. Ini gue lihat-lihat sepertinya cukup menarik untuk dibahas, untuk dimainkan. Ya udah, langsung coba. Game ini terus webcam dia deteksi muka gitu. You wearing glasses right now? Where? Oh. Lagi setting. Nggak mau kelihatan muka. Ya, tutup dulu tadi ya. Minusnya meteran. Keep blinking, I'm blinking. Blinking. Salah gua mainnya pas lagi ngantuk. Dulu tadi.
Well, hello there, stranger. Whew. You're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you? I asked you for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with, or hands to shake with, or nose to look down with. So we're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body's still inside of you. If that makes any sense. So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. You remember blinking, don't you? That thing you did 30,000 times a day? Ooh, well look at that. You're a blinking genius.
Kok bisa ya mereka bikin ini ya, teknologi ini?
You see all them
Pakai
poor
facecam
souls
doang padahal.
lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See, I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch, or what's a better word? Notion? Better word than that. Premonition. A premonition when a soul's worth pulling up. Now you see that tower out there? Big scary one? That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper, to be judged. I'm gonna present your case, tell her the whole story of your entire life, from proud to stern. Now if she's impressed, I get paid the Bitcoin, and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't, I eat seagull for dinner again, and you...
Kelihatannya saat kita mati,
We don't have to worry about that,
kita akan
because I am
dijudge.
the best orator you'll find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me. Oh, shut up, you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts. Unsatisfactory. Clock watchers. I got some words for you.
Apa sih?
Sorry you had to hear that. So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn.
Selamat datang Pak Dendi, selamat datang, selamat sore.
Your life. You're gonna show it to me. I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great. So, just think back to the very beginning. The first thing that you can remember. I'm gonna send you. But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not gonna be able to stay, all right? Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time. Could be a second, could be 5 years. That's just how this thing works. Alrighty then.
All right.
I hope he's ready for this. Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. Don't be afraid, and don't try to fight it. The thing you remember about blinking,
Mana kalau
and just try to enjoy it this time.
ngedip kan? Kok belum ngedip tadi?
Look at that sun. We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that? You must really like it out here, huh? Well, I get that. I like it too. Artnya bagus Maybe
sekali.
give you some seashells. What do you say?
You see that big spiky plant over there? That's called an agave. 11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this tall, amazing tree covered in flowers. We'll have to keep our eyes on that one.
Oh, ini ceritanya kita masih bocah. Bayi.
It away, didn't it? Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess. Now, where's the first page of my piece? I can't find it anywhere. Did I put it in here? No.
Bu, sebelah situ bu, ya dibawa pergi.
Okay, go ahead, kid. Look at that! There's your little hand.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great idea. That'll really be something to see how he grows.
Apa kita nih?
Man, the zoom on this thing is fantastic. What was that beep? No, it's odd. So I fear this battery isn't even working. Load memory stick. What does that mean?
Pedes juga mata ya kalau lama-lama ya.
Oh, you want to play along with Mommy, don't you? Give it time. I'm sure you'll be better than me soon enough. Now, where was I?
Kenapa ada buah naga 1 biji 5.000?
Sounds good, honey!
I'm sending it to my mentor next week. It has to be perfect.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
What do I like about it? I like the music.
That's very specific.
Lagi mandi kita. Aduh.
Look at his little face. What do you think he's thinking about?
I don't know. Probably solving the problems in the universe.
So, do you think he's going to be smart?
Why not? We're both pretty smart.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to be, necessarily.
You're right. No. You're right.
No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just told you? Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand. Thank you for considering my piece, John. It really means a lot. Oh, that's sure a little mess of color. You know, if you keep working at it, one day you'll be able to paint exactly what's in your head. You'll be a real artist. Unlike your mom.
Keren ya.
See? That used to be my piano. My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it. God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first.
Selamat datang Ji, selamat datang. Kita juga mulai kita ini.
I think he hoped to make it further than conducting the high school choir. Never said anything, though. He was what you might call the strong, silent type. Can you believe I grew up in the snow? And I came all the way out here to the beach. I don't even know how I got here. Your dad got his job and I just came with him. Like a human suitcase.
Lagi Ji troublemakernya.
Okay, Benny.
Ini game cepet kalau yang gue
I just don't
baca-baca.
want him to get attached.
Kalau troublemaker kan perlu waktu ya, jadi nantilah. Gue udah penasaran banget sebenarnya mainin dari lama.
Cutest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
We can't keep him, can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No. We'll find someone to take him.
Ya,
But while he's here,
ini kucing kasihan loh.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember? There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one? Very good. Just one note different. That one sounds sad, doesn't it? Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person feels.
Kasihan juga ya ibunya.
Sort of like me and your little
Alergi
foot on
sama
the
kucing.
piano there.
she was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her. I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up.
Udah tambah
I think she was a professor. Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know, which I very quickly lost. God, she dragged me to so many places. It was wonderful. Where would you want to go if you could only go to one?
Karena kita akan pergi.
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that? Richard, are you hearing this?
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, I was a gifted kid, but he's brilliant. We need to get him into serious piano lessons.
Yeah, sure. But you know anyone who might be a good teacher for him?
What? I mean, in the city, sure. Not out here, I don't.
I mean, I know someone who might be up to the task. She's very gifted.
Richard, no one in this town knows anything. Maybe I'll just have to do it myself.
Good idea. I think that settles it.
But who's this mysterious woman you're talking about? I hope you're not in love with her.
You know, I really was for a while, but then she revealed herself to be much stupider than I thought.
Richard, what are you talking about? Oh God, I have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot to feed him.
Ya, kucing.
forgot what a great father you are.
Focus on the interview, honey. I got this.
Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will literally be on your desk when you get in. What could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning? We are fine.
When's he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, by
Atau
now,
kucing.
you're a working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your head, but yeah.
Please let the cat know. It's time to use the litter box, though.
Baby steps. He's got one eye.
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit. You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said, yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius, I could live on through that as well. No such luck for me. But I do wonder what he'll think about you. I haven't seen him in over 10 years. Can you believe that? I wonder if he'll even recognize me.
Kakeknya.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E.
You're off. You're off, Ben. You can't hear that?
There you go, buddy. Okay, now keep a firm grip on it, just like that. Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal. Sorry, buddy. Turn around, Elle, so we can photograph you.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
Fokus sekali ibunya ternyata. Pemain sendiri.
Ernie! Buddy!
Ernie!
Ernie!
Ernie, we need you!
Oh, God, Elle, what if you got eaten by a coyote?
Lah, kucingnya hilang.
Eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
No, I said I'm really worried. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty!
God, honey, I'm worried too.
I know, sweetie.
Mana
Ernie!
kucingnya?
Kid! Come to Papa! I know you're mad about last night, but this is ridiculous.
What happened last night?
Something's back.
So you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
Oh biasa.
Ernie boy.
And you're sure about that?
Ngilang lama,
Uh-huh.
hamil.
That was based on... Say that one more time, sweetie. I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
I didn't think about it.
Anak banyak nih.
It just happened.
You just happened to find a stray cat in the alley. We keep it even though I hate cats. And now it just happens to pop out 5 more?
Sorry, I didn't realize you hated cats.
For a professor of signs and symbols, you're really bad at reading them.
Okay, that's funny. That's really witty.
I let us keep him for Benny. And I'm happy about that. But I really can't have 5 cats around the house. He keeps coloring the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red.
And what's wrong?
Are you able to pick up a new book?
Yes, the Manila Galleon was of particular interest.
I meant Benny's book.
Oh, yeah, got those two.
Extremely expensive, right?
No, can't put a price on learning.
I mean, they did. And it's stupidly big.
Itu, tahu pulang bawa anak. Kucing. Bangun. What happened?
I know, it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex. But just take it one day at a time. Trust me. You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand. Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
Aku menarik.
Okay, 2 brackets on each side, 2 screws on each bracket.
The quiz said find the 0, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I mean, everything is wrong with that.
Seperti Nobita dia dapat F. Apa-apa, sekali dapat nilai jelek nggak apa-apa kok.
I want that box full by the time I come in there. If you don't play with it anymore, we're getting rid of it.
Congratulations!
Kita tambah gede.
First of many, I'd assume.
Berubah ya kamarnya. Kita jadi udah gede, udah tambah gede. Masa kuliah.
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have 5 minutes to get down and I'll drive it back with you up there.
You're not my house. You're not. Fall back, you fool. I'll have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat.
Chloe, come play inside.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come over here. Yes, Mr. Camera Boy, I'm talking to you. Why are you always out here taking photos? You know, if you really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Chloe!
Oh shoot, I think I gotta go. But, try to take a photo of me running into my house. I'm pretty fast, so I don't think...
Quiet, everyone. Benny's
Pedes mata euy.
Wow, Elle, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to write your own music, right?
Yeah, but I haven't done that in years. Not since he was 4 or 5 years old.
And what do, Richard?
He's a professor.
Of what?
Well, no one really knows.
No, I mean, what's his field?
The class is world history. My name
Pedes mata kalau
The
dipaksa.
class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units. In each unit, you will study
Look on your desk. I wrote you something.
everything you know about civilization. Well, it depends. Ask me, Egyptologist. This is a
No each other do
I
not
want each of
talk
you to write it down.
ever.
Not doodle on the sidelines, not stare off into space. Okay. Now I will go on.
Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
What the quote say?
Jas merah, jangan lupakan sejarah.
I definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Oh, yes, of course. Come on, dude. Help me out.
Come on, Chloe.
So, those who do not remember the past, repeat the past. That's right, right?
Indeed it is. Though I prefer you to answer without the help of your boyfriend.
Kulkesh baru saja memberikan 25.000.
I tried to convince your
Semangat,
father not to
Bang.
buy that thing, but he
Thank you, Dendi.
half suspect he bought it for himself.
Gak bisa kan dengan itu. Bentar, pedes mata euy.
The little guys are pretty cute, though. I will admit that. Oh, I want the job of whoever gets paid to think of that crap.
Bentar. Pedes mata. Pengen lihat story-nya secara utuh. Kalau kelamaan gitu, kelamaan natap, pedas juga. Ah,
I've definitely seen you next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
Oh, sure. We sit together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
jadi Ji, kalau dijual sama dia, tahu tuh Bang Acit tidak ngasih kabar yang jelas.
That's a very interesting detail. Okay, shut up. I really want this one. Maybe I'll use tickle stick. Whoa, that's a pretty good drawing. You should draw pictures of more different stuff. Not me, though. I'll actually kill you if you try to draw me, and you saw what I'm capable of in your backyard. Benny, why did you draw me? You're not good enough. I look so ugly. Ugh.
Dia tahu.
It's called a magnet school. It's about an hour away in a town called Burton. I know the change can be scary, but I just want you to go in and meet the dean I spoke with.
You know, life can take
Yang
you
nama
to
di lesin,
places if
di
you're
lesin apa namanya musik kan dilihat berbakat kayak piano.
So, what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an
Kalau nggak jadi dia juga rencananya mau ambil VG apa paling 1600 lah. Kasih AMD biar gua nggak ribet
And a lot of stuff I've not
apa
told you
install drivernya lagi.
I just want you to try.
Karena kan gua
Start enjoying it.
AMD kan.
Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that. What was that? Was that the piece? What is going on with you these days? I barely know whose kid you're supposed to be. Oh my God, Benny! What
Bandel
were you
gitu.
thinking? You could have killed us.
Capek jadi bocah baru belajar piano.
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice. Oh my God. Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you? Keep that up. You're sounding really good.
Yang sekarang 6500 gua punya VGA. RAM-nya cuma 4 GB. Kurang kalau mau main game-game yang agak bagusan. Nah, sebenarnya dipakai buat stream juga agak-agak ini, agak-agak maksa. Kan dia nggak ada encodernya. Nggak apa-apa lah.
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale? That is Amamet, and she's got, and
Hey,
yes, that's a she,
Mr. Kid.
the head of a
That's-
crocodile, the fur of a lion, see, and the body of a hippopotamus, though I would not say that to her face. Now, as you can see, she is ready to devour any of the deceased who do not pass judgment. Sort of like me with your weekly quizzes.
Ew, why is he so scared
So
looking?
I am not quite
Okay,
sure
I'll
what
tell you
I'm
when I'm
looking
leaving
for.
my house. You better pick up my call, dude.
slightly worried about having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives of children.
Richard, Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something. I mean, no offense at all. But I don't think you actually really understand what that is.
Huh. No, I suppose you're right.
Oh, Richard, please.
Ya jadi anak ini ya. Lihat-lihat. Kan?
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
Richard, tell your son to turn the lights off.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says, you say.
Benny, I say turn the lights off, not just Mom.
Mana nggak ditutup lagi pintunya?
Wow, didn't think you'd actually pick up. I'm a sticky for a baby. I apologize. Okay, so meet me out in the alley in T-minus now, okay? Chloe, out.
You know, I'm really glad you're here. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Consters is actually a really good game. My cousin Yoon, he was in town this weekend, and he was explaining how it's actually a ripoff of a really good Japanese game. He calls it a cash grab. So, I'm sorry that I made you like it because it's actually a terrible game. But I also think that if it was a really good game, maybe we wouldn't have enjoyed playing it as much. We would have been so focused on how good it was and not the feelings we had while we were playing it. Like, my favorite vegetable is the tomato, but Yoon thinks that they're the grossest ever. And you're probably the least popular boy in the school, but I also like hanging out with you the most. Which was also something I wanted to talk to you about. I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone. So this has been a big surprise for me this year, in a lot of ways. I think I like that you let me talk. My cousin never lets me talk. My dad does, but I can tell he's not really listening.
Probably didn't sleep at all. All night. You're really feeling sick, aren't you? It's okay. You still got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something. Maybe just try and close your eyes now and get a little sleep on the way over. I'm going to play the recording so the sound of mastery can seep into your subconscious a little, okay? Close your eyes, Ben. I'm going to be there soon.
Bu, tahu pusing nggak, Bu? Orang mah mau tidur, bisa nyalin lagu.
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited to hear. Okay. I think that's enough. So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on having you come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to practice? Yes?
No.
As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path, wherever it may take you, okay?
Pingsan lah udah.
All right.
Maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned into my own father. I don't know. You have to find something to focus on. The world isn't very kind to people who aren't really good at something.
Ya bener juga, tapi jangan terlalu di-push gitu lah. Dan
We want him home from school for a while. Just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Just maybe 5 minutes, kiddo, okay?
It's such a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Having him home and spend time with him.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
sakit beneran nih. Terlalu serius main piano sampai
Hey, B! Dinner's ready! B! You hear me? What's he doing?
He's drawing. He's becoming completely excited.
Why isn't your son here, Papa?
Lebih bagus ya.
Well, ever since he got sick, all he does is make art. What about his piano?
Oh, he doesn't play much anymore. Just see how good he's doing.
Let's go with that again.
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
Ternyata talent kita tuh bukan di piano, kita tuh bisa, tapi jangan gitu-gitu amat. Keren ya, keren banget nih gambarnya.
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn to be artists. And although I was hired to teach you, it is a sham. There is no teaching art. So don't just sit there slack-jawed. Make art, you ponies!
What? Kenapa marah-marah dia? Ini yang kita bikin ini. Oke. What the?
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are.
Sensor.
It's very zany, very kitsch. Lucky for you, the world is always in need of more greeting card artists.
Boleh.
There you go, Mr.
Kenapa jadi larva begini?
Feel each shape. You fiend!
Kayaknya jelek, maka disensor.
I want you all to take a long look at what Mr. Bryn has done here. You see, he has reached down deep within himself and created a masterpiece.
Itu baru kelihatan ya, habis nggak dipaksa, terus kita bisa menemukan bakat kita sendiri.
I'm stunned. The ironic sincerity of this piece is so
Terus
sincere.
sampai masuk gitu, sampai masuk pameran. Tahu itu mah, gua kasih yang lebih bagus dikit, gambar larva, ini masuk pameran buset.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
Benjamin! Marvelous show last week. Truly stunning. I've never been prouder. One little thing. A birdie told me.
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul.
Oh, wih,
I've got a good feeling about you. We're going to make a lot of money together, aren't we?
jadi artis gambar kita, bukan pianis.
To actually making some money with one's art. Lord knows I could never do it.
Kenapa ibunya yang pesta? Itu ngapain?
Now that you've made
Itu yang maksa dari kecil.
What are you going to do with it? Besides buying me fancy dinners like this every week, obviously. Because I can get used to this. Oh, this looks delicious.
Oh, ini ibunya apa pacarnya? Katanya ini ibunya ya. Iya, tadi piano itu ambisi orang tuanya. Padahal kan dari kecil tuh kita tuh udah kelihatan bakat yang gambar gitu, tapi kalau untuk piano bisa, tapi emang nggak mau gitu. Bukan itu apa namanya, yang kita paling mau gitu istilahnya. Cakep.
Hey, honey.
Kalau kita udah gede, udah bisa nyetir sendiri kita.
New stuff is wow
Masuk billboard loh.
I've had an idea. You know, the critics are fickle. How about if you go back to your roots? Paint
Oh.
something meaningful, personal, close to your heart. Gotta go. Love you lots. Mwah. Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. You're at such an important moment in your career, and I'm just so proud of you. This is nothing but a little bump in the road for me. I'm going to be fine, okay? Just don't even worry about calling me back. Just letting you know. Okay, Benny.
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe was the single thing in the world my wife was most proud of. Her magnum opus,
Mati ibunya.
so to speak.
Aduh,
I think you all know who I'm talking
aduh,
about.
keangkat itu tadi telepon terakhir ibunya.
You ready to come up here? Go on, B. Say something.
Mau ngomong, Pak?
What's wrong? Why aren't you talking?
Yang diinget pengalaman sama ibu ini jelek gitu loh. Itu jelek, jadi yang itu metronom.
Hey, honey. Guess who's calling? Again. Look, you know I talk to big, important people. People who could change your life every day. What the hell am I supposed to say? What do you want me to say?
Bayangan dia tuh
That I haven't heard from my
metronom aja gitu.
in 6 months?
Ya nggak?
It's getting ridiculous.
Hanya Benny berarti ini kita
Wrong to get
karakter.
it together. Love you lots. Mwah. Hey,
Tetap ya.
Benny. Guess who's calling? Well, here's the call. We're finished. We're
Si
done.
yang
It's over.
jeleknya didikan orang tua, kita pasti bakalan tetap kangen lah.
Just calling to tell you,
Nggak bisa gambar lagi itu dia.
I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son.
Nah, kan
I can't
dia
move without bumping into her.
ih,
And then I just
ih
find
lah ya nyelak
myself
dia.
breaking down again.
Walaupun apa yang terjadi di masa lalu, tapi seenggaknya dia disupport pas kelihatan ini ya, kelihatan
Mother gone. I'm
bisa
hoping
gambar
for
tuh disupport
all
juga.
clutter. Yeah, I think you did the right thing. By the way, she didn't want you to see her like that.
Oh, no. Metronom tos.
Focus on your work. That was the only thing that mattered to her. What's that? What's so fascinating, son?
Iya sih.
see her in the paint. I can feel her.
Yes, Dad. Komposer Alice Steven.
Is that really you? It's Chloe, your neighbor. My God, I can't believe this. It's been years. I just walked through the entire show. It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that. I just can't believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a bona fide genius. I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those little drawings you did. Remember when you still drew my portrait even when I begged you not to?
Ini temannya masa
God,
kecil
you were
nih.
such a little jerk back then. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music. She was a genius.
Oh,
My mother likes
kan
to
kita tuh
guess.
didorong ini jadi pianis karena ibunya juga pianis.
Hey, so not to be forward, but
Tuh,
what are you
paham
doing
ya.
after this? Maybe we could get a drink or something?
Punya pianis tapi kita painter.
I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck. You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the
Udah selesai.
nothing's dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Whoa! Well, there you are. Well, hello, sir. If I had realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out, the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
Kita cukup happy ya sebenarnya, tapi
A jovial child.
lebih ke arah lonely karena kita nggak punya temen selain si satu itu. Ibunya, keluarganya lah, lonely gitu.
His childhood was a lonely one, growing up as a strange, quiet child in an isolated seaside town. And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant? His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Like a champion or more like a taskmaster?
Terlalu demanding ya ibunya. Encouraging memang, tapi sana tuh lebih ke demanding dia.
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over-demanding, forcing him to practice day in and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could. And how about that neighbor girl? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or your first love? Now, be honest here.
First
Don't be
love.
bashful, man. You can tell me.
First love.
But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love.
Kalau nggak first love kita nggak bakalan cabut malam itu sampai kita nggak bisa masuk ke sekolah piano ya.
Now from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right?
Right.
See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick. And he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten. Painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you
Berisik banget. Diam, diam.
All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I'd assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're lyre birds. They're what becomes of souls who tried to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings. Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one. Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
Oh, burung-burung tadi tuh orang-orang yang bohong.
You're a flea-bitten sap, you know that? Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
Bohong sama gatekeepernya kita nggak bisa masuk kayak.
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you. But it's too late for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning
And this time, I want the truth.
Alright.
Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy?
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time.
This. Stay here. What did your mother hear on that phone call? Keep your eyes open. I need to see.
Oh iya, ada dua kan.
Let's try this again.
Ada dua scene yang di skip tadi tuh. Yang ini di pintu.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
I see. She knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
You really need to spend time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it. Let's move.
Makanya
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. I need you to stay focused.
makanya itu ya, ibunya tuh agak nge-push ya.
Let's keep going.
Ibunya agak nge-push itu karena ayahnya, kakeknya si Benny ini, mati sebelum si ibunya bisa jadi pianis handal, jadi pianis yang terkenal gitu. Makanya oh my god.
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Alive wasn't enough.
Oh
This is
no.
going to work. To make yourself sensational.
Oh no. Oh no, man.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
Oh no, man. Hanya dia nggak mau ingat itu ya.
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I get all this.
Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep blinking.
We can focus him. Make sure he's staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking about this.
I need to hear what they're saying. Really try to recall it.
I mean, what's the point?
What do you mean?
Gue disuruh merem.
What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. It's okay.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon, at the top of your lungs.
Kita sakit, kita tuh kemungkinan sembuhnya tuh kecil.
You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're almost at the end of this. I promise.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing with it. Well, hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics. Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear.
Udah nyoba juga jadi penulis.
Man, this is wild. You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it
His
the next
first
day. First love? Okay, Benny. And you know, you really could have just slept on the beach another night. But I'm also glad we didn't because, well, another night wouldn't be the same night, if that makes sense. Okay, back to the story. He'd loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. Man, you take your doodle seriously. I did not realize, but I respect it.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable. You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
Knock, knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading aloud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do. I can't.
Just go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you.
Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just...
Bohong.
I think it was just very emotional.
Bohong.
I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a lonely one, growing up a strange and quiet child in an isolated seaside town. I mean, I'm certainly bummed you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. Reads like Dickens.
Penny! Penny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me? Richard! Richard, get up!
Harap.
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one.
Kita tuh sakit parah.
Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know? What, you're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff. So the fact that you are faking just so you don't have to go to school with me is actually ridiculous. I don't know if you're embarrassed about our night at the beach together, so you're avoiding me or what, but I just wanted to call to say I really...
Jahat sih.
I remember when you were just
Tekanan arti.
4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just her little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that?
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
Kasihan ya, sebenarnya si Benny ini. Kucingnya.
What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine. Oh, her poor fur. Richard, we have to give Ernie a haircut, okay?
I'm getting her a sashimi plate.
What?
What? I think she more than deserves it.
Mean she hasn't been over. Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't overstep. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Oh.
Oh my god, you're an idiot. You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But hey, what are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you. I want to give you something, but I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on. Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this clamp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller.
Iya.
If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. I know just what to tell her.
Dia sih.
Watch her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me. I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think. There she is. Wish me luck.
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means
Kita-
she's ready to hear your story.
kita bahkan nggak pernah jadi dewasa sebenarnya.
I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn. Benjamin Bryn was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea.
His mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough.
So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home with light and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how, even when he was sick, he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them
Of exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten. So when he was going to go, he was
okay. Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
She accepts. Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in.
Why is he smiling like that?
There must be somewhere that he likes.
I wanna be somebody. Me 2.0 for you.
Cukup sedih ya. Jadi kita tidak pernah jadi dewasa, kita masih kecil dan ya ternyata dan tidak seburuk itu kehidupan si Ben ini, ternyata tidak seburuk itu dan cukup sedih ya sebenarnya ya. Jadi gue beneran speechless. Gue nggak tahu harus ngomong apa nih. Story-nya bener-bener jadi mendingan udah dimainin sendiri aja deh kalau mau tahu, kalau mau ngerasain ya. Ada beberapa bagian yang memang harus dirasain sendiri dan lebih berasa. Lebih bagus kalau bisa bahasa Inggris ya. Ternyata orang tuanya itu tidak seburuk yang dipikirkan. Itu semua cuman bayangannya si Ben ini sendiri. Bagus. Untuk game secara kayak ini ya nggak usah lihat harga lah, game bagus lah. Ini itu aja buat hari ini ya. Dan jadi gitu aja buat hari ini. Yuk. Tahu masih ada yang nonton apa enggak dia si Yamaden ini masih ada apa enggak, cuman thank you yang udah dia tadi udah sabar, thank you. Gua mungkin main lagi atau antara besok atau minggu depan ya, sekalian minggu depan udah mulai puasa ya. Nih mungkin gua sekalian ngabuburit main game ini kalau enggak ya mungkin besok pas gua WFH main di jam yang sama sekitar 1. Yuk.